Oh, yes. Yes, you are in the right place. This is the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation. You're here. You are the early birds. It's barely 6:30, 6:20, 6:28, 6:30. We're going to start our program at 7 p.m. Right now, please enjoy these musical performances by some of the students in our district.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. A broken winged bird that cannot fly.
Oh, those kids sure can sing. Hi, everybody. Reggie Rivers here. Thank you for joining us tonight to support Cherry Creek Schools Foundation. Our program will begin at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. But between now and then, please enjoy our student performances. We recommend that you get yourself set up on 2 devices. You want to watch your program on your laptop or desktop, do all of your bidding and donating on your cell phone. The silent auction has some great items available. It will close at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Now, if you have already registered, check your phone. You should have a text message from the number 91049. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. Click the link and follow the prompts. If you have not yet registered, please contact Leah with Boulder Events. Phone number is 720-220-1551. Again, our official program will start at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. For now, please enjoy the rest of our pre-show student performances.
Whoa, for the longest time. Whoa, for the longest. If you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write. What else would I do? I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't happened for the longest time. Once I thought my innocence was gone. Now I know that happiness goes on. That's where you found me. You put your arms around me. I haven't been there for the longest time. Maybe this won't last very long, but you feel so right, and I could be wrong. Maybe I've been hoping too hard, but I've gone this far, and it's more than I hoped for. Who knows how much further we'll go on? Maybe I'll be sorry when you're gone. I'll take my chances. I forgot how nice romance is. I haven't been there for the longest time. I had second thoughts from the start. I said to myself, hold on to your heart. Now I know the woman that you are. You're wonderful so far, and it's more than I hoped for. I don't care what consequence it brings. I have been a fool for lesser things. I want you so bad. I think you ought to know that I intend to hold you for the longest time. Whoa, 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 for the longest time.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, get all that you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain.
Hope when the moment comes, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did, yeah, with every broken bone. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. Oh, and when that sun goes down, raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I did it all. I did it all. Owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did, yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. Get ready for the revolution. It's coming to you now. 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 Rising up, now the tide's turning. Feel the heat, yeah, the fire's burning. No hesitation, our generation leads us onward. Start the clock, now the game is changing. Curtains up and the lights are blazing. We're never gonna turn this dream around. Get ready for the revolution. Get ready for the revolution. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. You're witnessing an evolution. Never bring us down. Never bring us down. Never bring us Feast of fire. There's a rising, there's a dream that our hopes are guided. This time we're gonna reach the other side. Are you ready for the revolution? It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. You're witnessing an get ready for the revolution. Ready for the revolution. Yeah, it's coming to you now. Oh, it's coming to you now. You're ready to sing it. Revolution. Ready to sing it. Revolution. It will never bring us down. It will never bring us down. Bring us down. Bring us down. Bring us down. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. Bring us down. Bring us down. Bring us down.
Hey there, everybody. Oh, wait, can you see me? I've got a filter on. Gosh, this is just like every Zoom call I've been on this year. Hey, everybody, it's Reggie Rivers again. Thank you so much for joining us to support the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation. Our program will begin at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, we're so glad that you're here to be with us. But between now and then, be sure to check out our live auction items. We've got a mountain getaway, a travel package, enough wine to get you through the rest of winter. Now, we recommend that you set yourself up on 2 devices. Watch the program on your laptop or desktop. Do your bidding and donating on your cell phone. Silent auction will close at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. If you've already registered, check your phone. You should have a text message from the number 91049. Click the link, follow the prompts, you will be all set. If you have not yet registered, please contact Leah with Boulder Events, 720-220-1551. Again, our official program will start at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Now, our final student performance is Smoky Hill High School senior Mia Amato. She's singing a song that feels as though it was written with our current challenges in mind. Here is Mia Amato with Rise Up.
You're broken down and tired. You're living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. But I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And we'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but we're gonna bring the world to its feet and move mountains, move mountains, and we'll rise up, we'll rise like the day, we'll rise up in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, oh. And for that we have each other. And I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up in spite of the ache. We will rise again. And I'll rise like the day, we'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Wow, that Mia Amato can sing. Oh yes, Reggie Rivers here, and look at this. We've got the gala on the top and we've got Zoom on the bottom. I really didn't know that I was going to have an acrylic podium. Well, welcome everybody. We are excited that you're all here to join us to celebrate Cherry Creek Schools. This is the first ever virtual Invest in Success Gala. Our theme is Forward Together. And what a difference a year makes. At this time last year, we were gathered together, live, in person, with nearly 600 people in a ballroom. That was last March. Feels like a lifetime ago. Little did we know that within days of that event, our lives would be turned completely upside down. Our schools would be shut down. The role of the foundation would change completely. So here we are again, this time gathering virtually. This time, the setting is different. This time, the attire is different. And of course, speaking of attire, we have Gala on the top and Zoom on the bottom. You'll see that as the theme tonight. But these are superficial differences. All the stuff that really matters is the same as it's always been. We're here to celebrate the Cherry Creek Schools community the same as always. We're here to show you the amazing work that the students and teachers in the district are doing the same as always. We're here to invite you to join in and support the students and staff the same as always. Now, did you know that you can do just as much to support our students from the comfort of your own home while wearing sweats and pajamas? Speaking of support, the foundation is truly grateful for the unwavering commitment of our community champions. We'd like to recognize our bronze sponsors. Just look at the number of companies and individuals who have stepped up this year. We appreciate all of you. Our silver sponsors include Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children, Westera Credit Union, Cigna, and MDC Richmond Homes. They've all been longtime contributors to the foundation. We are truly grateful that in this year of unprecedented challenges, they have stood by the foundation's side. Thank you for all that you do. All right, special shout out to our gold sponsor, JHL Construction. JHL was our partner in building the nationally recognized Cherry Creek Innovation Campus. JHL, we can't thank you enough for your generosity, your commitment, and your continued support. Thank you for showing up for Cherry Creek Schools. We also want to say thank you to Aurora TV. That's where we're broadcasting today. This beautiful arena, or this place to broadcast from, this team that they put together, all of the hours that they have put in working on this. We appreciate all that you've done for us. Thank you very much. All right, as we get into our show, I want to offer one piece of technical advice. If you're trying to watch the program and bid or donate all on the same device, might be tough. We recommend that you use two devices. Watch the program on either your laptop or desktop. Do your bidding on your cell phone. Remember, if you've already registered, you should have a text message from the number 91049. If you have not yet registered, or if you don't see that text, please reach out to Leah at Boulder Events. Her number is 720-220-1551. Reminder, our auction will close at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, so be sure to set a max bid so you don't miss out on your must-have items. All right, so during this gala a year ago, the plan was to use the proceeds to fund innovation in the classroom and across the district. But a week after the gala, COVID-19 hit Colorado full force. The foundation had to pivot. They established the Emergency Relief Fund to focus on the most urgent needs in the community. So it's my pleasure to welcome aboard our board chair, Brian Rooney, to tell us more about the work the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation has been doing.
Hello and good evening. Thank you for being here. My name is Brian Rooney, and I am proud to serve as the chair of the board of the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation. We're sitting here today in front of our neighborhood school, Walnut Hills. I'm with my family, my amazing wife, Lindsay, who is a teacher here at Walnut Hills. We've got our oldest, Caleb, who's almost 9 and a third grader here. Jacob is 6, a kindergarten here. And Aaliyah is in preschool, and she is 3 years old.
Number 3.5.
Oh, sorry, 3.5. So thank you all for being here tonight. We are very appreciative of your commitment to the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation.
Hi, my name's Caleb. My dad told you that. So, Dad, what does the foundation do for our community?
Yeah, so the foundation is very focused on every student and in providing impact on all of our students. And so in a year like COVID, we were very focused on being adaptable and athletic to adjust to the needs of the district. A great example of that is our Emergency Relief Fund that we were able to put together last April and raise very significant funds to be able to go directly to the needs of the district.
How does the foundation help teachers?
I think the most obvious way that the foundation helps teachers is through the Educator Initiative grants. A couple years ago in kindergarten, I wrote a grant and got $1,000 towards a lot of really toys, but just materials that helped kids kind of think outside the box and work together and be innovative with their thinking. And the benefit lasted beyond just that year's kindergarten class because we were able to use the materials over and over. I think our school is just really focused on STEAM and innovation, so we tend to try to get more materials that just challenge our students to grow in that way. From a teacher standpoint, we are super appreciative of the grants.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Oh, what a cute family that is, Brian. Thank you for all that you do, and thank God for your wife. Thank God for her strong genes. Your kids are so cute thanks to her. I'm glad. Listen, this lovely lady next to me, this is the executive director of the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation, Mrs. Jill Hendon. Jill, how are you?
I'm great, Reggie. How are you?
Good, and you are really rocking this whole gala on top, Zoom on the bottom thing.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Reggie, thank you so much for your help in planning tonight's gala and for your personal support of our students over the last year. I wish we could be together, and I wish I could look all of you in the eyes and tell you how grateful I am on behalf of our students and families for your generosity over the last year. During a time when we were physically apart, our community came together in ways that truly amazed me every day. You organized trivia nights and food trucks to raise money for the Foundation's Emergency Relief Fund. You made snack kits and helped give out food. Through our support of the Aurora Day of Giving, we provided 700,000 meals to 22,000 individuals. We helped bridge the digital divide for over 500 students through our Internet Access campaign. In addition to our many donors, I am grateful for our Board of Education who made difficult decisions each day to do what was right for our students. I am so lucky to call many district employees my friends. Your dedication to your students and graceful leadership has been inspirational and I know difficult as you balance the needs of your students with those of your own families. You are an inspiration to all of us. To my 28 Foundation board members, your passion for our district and commitment to all students has allowed the Foundation to become more diverse and more responsive, and I am honored to work alongside, and I miss truly being together with all of you. Special recognition goes to our incredible board chair, Brian Rooney. Your leadership has allowed the Foundation to be more athletic, and I truly appreciate your trust and guidance. A big thank you to our awesome event committee for your creative ideas, time, and energy. Finally, to Jeremy, Jordan, and Yolanda, you guys are rock stars, and I am beyond lucky to work with you every day. To our district leadership team, as a parent, I will be forever grateful that my son got to be in school for his senior year. And Dr. Siegfried, you are a brave, innovative, thoughtful leader. You are a visionary who has taken all of us on a journey to create a pathway of purpose for every student. You are admired and will be missed by me, our students, our staff, and our community. It was you that inspired me to work in Cherry Creek schools, and for that, I will always be grateful. When you leave, there will not just be big shoes to fill, but an entire wardrobe. You are the definition of excellence, and tonight we pay tribute to your incredible leadership.
Oh, thank you, Jill. Those are very kind words, and it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Scott Siegfried, Superintendent of the Cherry Creek Schools. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. She just described you as brave, innovative, thoughtful, the definition of excellence.
Oh, wow. My parents are proud, but I don't know if she got it right.
Well, I think that she's got it right, and I think a lot of teachers and parents in our district would agree with that. And we've got some questions for you from kids. Can you handle some questions?
I don't know. Those are the toughest sometimes. I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Our first question comes from a young lady named Devia at Trails West Elementary School.
Hello, Dr. Siegfried. How have you seen our community come together during the COVID pandemic?
Well, thank you, Devia. What a great question. And I can tell you I am so proud to be a member of a community that took all of the steps and the lengths to take care of one another, to help feed those that needed it, to help shelter those that needed it, to provide school supplies, to provide care and love and support when they needed it. We have a great community that we all should be proud of. My greatest hope is that it doesn't end when the pandemic ends, that we continue to be those great neighbors to everyone that we live with.
Yeah, I think you got a sense of just how big the district is and how many people pulled together to kind of keep things going.
It was tremendous. From every side of the district, every corner of the district, people really stood up and joined in and were a part of a great solution.
That's wonderful. All right, our next question comes from Allison at Fox Ridge Middle School.
How has the foundation helped our community in the last year?
Well, the foundation was a tremendous asset to our community, as they always are. But this last year really stepped in after the pandemic hit, helped raise money, the emergency relief fund, so that we could help feed people, provide school supplies, internet support for students that needed it. But most importantly to me as superintendent, they allowed me to focus on getting schools back in session because they took over. The wonderful board and Jill Hendon took over and really helped to create that fund and step up and step in and met the needs of the kids that we had across the district. I can't thank them enough and thank you enough for supporting them in that action.
We've always known that many of the challenges of society show up at the doors of the school. They walk in the door with the kids, and that was never more clear than this year, and the foundation really has responded well.
They were essential to our success, absolutely essential.
That's wonderful. Our next question is from Jasmine. She's a high school student at Grandview High School.
Who inspired you to pursue a career in education, and how do you wish to inspire future educators?
Oh, thank you, Jasmine. As I reflect back on my own pathway, it's clear to me that my parents, both educators, longtime educators in the Jefferson County schools here locally, really were my inspiration. I'm proud to have followed in their footsteps and proud to have followed on that family tradition of really serving our community. And I thank them for giving me everything to be able to do that. My hope is that my leadership, my time here has served as that inspiration to others, and specific programs like our Future Educator Pathway really allows students to find this pathway early and see education as a true professional career that they can follow and find meaning in.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this man might look like a former linebacker, but he has a PhD. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, this guy is so smart. All right, next question is from Ollie at Prairie Middle School.
What is one thing you're most proud of in your career at Cherry Creek Schools?
Thank you, Ollie. Having been here nearly 28 years now, there's so many things that I'm proud of. As a teacher, being able to help students learn concepts back at Eagle Crest High School, and then all the way through my pathway, changing start time, so many wonderful things that I've been a part of, had an honor to be a part of here in Cherry Creek. But I have to say, this year, in the face of a pandemic, the fact that we had school, and we had school from August, is something I'm very, very proud of for our students, because I know the impact of not having it would have been tremendous. And I'm excited for the next steps of finishing this year for all of our kids the way we're not able to finish last year.
And the kids, I think at first were excited. Hey, no school, that's awesome. But it didn't take them long to realize how much they love going to school.
They absolutely do. And as we got back in August, it was sad. March, April, and May last year when the schools were so quiet. And as we started in August and our elementary kids were there full time, you could start to hear the laughter and the screams on the playground. And it felt right again. And that's where I want to get everybody back to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, our final question is from Terry at Cimarron Elementary School.
Hi, Dr. Siegfried. What is your best memories of being superintendent?
Thank you. A lot of wonderful memories. I absolutely love the Cherry Creek School District from my first day to my last. It's a great place, and again, a lot of great memories. But I'll tell you, as a dad, as a superintendent, to be able to hand my kids their diploma when they graduate. Christine a number of years back, and Eric in a couple of months. I'm excited, and that will truly be the honor of my professional career, to be able to see my kids finish their time here in the Cherry Creek School District and go on to great steps in their life.
That is wonderful. That's exciting. You know what it's time for?
What's that?
I think it's time for a fireside chat.
Fireside
Could you do
chat.
that?
I can try.
Okay.
I'll give it a whirl.
Let's go.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you. We'll have to do a little bit of technical work here.
Yeah, so let's go forward on
Yeah, there we go. All right, well, first of all, as a getting straight, thank you, Reggie, for everything that you have done for the foundation over the last number of years. Truly been a pleasure to work with you, and I appreciate our time together. And Jill, to you, your board, just absolutely fantastic. You have been a great support through everything that we have done, from the teacher initiative grants to the emergency relief fund. Just absolutely thank you. So yeah. We're just very thankful for both of you and the work you've done for the Cherry Creek School District. And well, maybe I should have gotten my sweater.
Right,
done a little Mr. Rogers or something.
Mr. Rogers sweater.
Yeah,
that would be good.
I forgot it though.
But with
the surprise though,
jacket?
Yeah, that's all right. The surprise though is, I thought it was a Zoom meeting too. So this was Zoom all day in the pajamas here.
I got here and saw the acrylic podium and thought, oh, wait a second. You mean to tell me that my legs aren't going to be hidden from view? That everyone's going to be able to see me? Yeah. So that was a big surprise.
It was. But now the secret's out.
And
if you can do pajamas, why not?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because we are.
We're
doing that. Okay, so what, I know that you've been here in the district, how many years?
28 years now.
28. Yeah. And what position did you start in?
I started as, well, I student taught here. I did internships here as I was going through my teaching pathway, and then started as a biology teacher at Eagle Crest High School.
Wow, biology.
Yeah.
What did you study in school?
Yeah, I studied biology, kinesiology at UC Boulder, and ended up back down here. Pleasure to be a teacher.
See you in Boulder?
I did.
Oh my gosh. You didn't have the grades to get into Texas State where I went to school, so
That's right.
Whatever,
That's
Doctor,
right.
continue,
Well,
please.
thank you. I appreciate it, Reggie, and I appreciate the opportunity to interact and talk with our students even virtually. It is truly the best part of the job. And again, Reggie and Jill, thank you for everything that you are and have been for the foundation and for this wonderful district. The last months and weeks have allowed for reflection as we can begin to contemplate a more normal future ahead. At 9:21 p.m. tonight, it will be exactly 1 year since you received a message from me that I was extending spring break in the face of a growing pandemic. It was a decision I never imagined I would have to make. A decision in the face of the unknown, while also knowing the responsibility for 9,000 employees and 55,000 students rest in my hands. Not only their physical well-being, but the social, emotional, and academic impact. Could we continue to provide food for students? Could we find a way to keep education moving? Could we pay our employees? Would they lose their homes if I couldn't? Unfortunately for many, it became a year of hardship and heartache. Many have lost loved ones, a job, a home, their sense of humanity, not all due to COVID, but magnified by it. Among our own ranks, remember friends and colleagues that we have lost this year. Charles Fritz from Thunder Ridge Middle School, Alicia Armour from Overland High School, and tonight my heart is with our friend Shane Snyder and his family from Eagle Crest. Please join me for a moment to be thoughtful of these wonderful people and remember them and all others that have been lost or impacted in this most unprecedented time. Well, thank you. You know, it's also been a year of resilience, empathy, action, and goodwill. A year where the scientific method ruled, using that wonderful middle school science concept. We all came a long way since summer, no longer washing our groceries or quarantining students for allergies. It's also a year where we've seen the greatest of humanity and a focus on social justice, a time when we unapologetically said that Black Lives Matter, and not because others don't, but rather because we must be deliberate in the creation of an equal and just society. A year that has also provided the gift of perspective and prioritization, and a year where in Cherry Creek, students have been in school since August. And that's not something I would ever see as a point of such great pride, the simple act of opening schools for in-person learning while creating a school for over 10,000 online learners in a month's time. Thank you to our community for being a true partner this year, for understanding the importance of and believing in and following science, and acting with common sense. I know my decisions have not aligned with everyone's beliefs, but without hesitation, I can say that every step of the way our focus was on doing the right thing, even when it wasn't the most popular thing. I believe that strong, caring, compassionate leadership makes a difference. Thank you to the Board of Education, who in Cherry Creek has always been a group committed to students first. To Angela, Ann, Janice, Karen, and Kelly, thank you for carrying on that tradition and being such a great support as we work through this year. I'd also like to thank my senior staff. Nothing this year has happened because of a single person. Rather, it has happened because I have a great team. We work together seamlessly with humility and laser focused on the common goal of student success. I appreciate every single one of you on the district leadership team who have now worked the entire year without a break to give our staff and students a safe and successful environment. I appreciate and applaud each of you. I'd also like to take a moment just to thank my neighbors and friends. Their continuous outpouring of support this year. I can specifically remember the doorbell ringing Sunday morning, February 14th, opening the door and finding hundreds of Valentine thank you notes from High Plains, Cottonwood, and campus students. Those moments I will remember forever. Thank you. And that is my greatest belief about this organization and our community, that it is the people that make the difference. And in Cherry Creek, we have 9,000 employees committed to your children. It has always been and will always be the people in this organization that make the difference, that make us excellent. To that end, join me in continuing to elevate education and educators. Those that serve our students deserve our respect and to be treated like professionals that they are. As a society, and at the very least in Cherry Creek, we must support, fund, and compensate their commitment to the future of our children. We've always known it here, but this year, a universal truth is the value of education. I believe that Cherry Creek is heading in the right direction and has the right strategies and plans in place to meet the needs of all students. Through our Future Forward strategic plan, which we have updated to integrate essential learnings from the last year, our roadmap to the future is clear and in place. Our goal is a pathway of purpose for every student. And with the unprecedented support seen in our November election, we're able to move forward with projects such as our mental health center, school-based health centers, our innovation campus expansion, high school innovation centers, and many other projects. I believe that success for every student, pandemic or not, takes the entire community. And that is why the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation is so important. The development and nurturing of important relationships, the ability to raise funds to support teachers and students, and the implementation of grants and scholarships is essential to support the innovative process. Additionally, as you've heard, the foundation played a critical role this year in helping those in need with items such as food, school supplies, and access to the internet. Based on your generosity, they were able to just respond without question or hesitation when the need was identified. I want to thank everybody watching for being a part of the greatness in our community. And I ask every one of you tonight to be a part of continuing this tradition with your donations and through the auction. And finally, and maybe most importantly, given the forecast, I believe that kids need to be kids, and that snow days and the surprise of an early morning call that you get to stay home and play in the snow are important. Now, I don't think we'll get enough snow for tomorrow, but kids, if you're watching, go get your spoon, put it under your pillow, flush some ice cubes, turn your pajamas inside out. I'll wait till later, because honestly, I wouldn't mind staying home tomorrow either. So let's give it a shot. And for me, I'm excited for Christine and Eric to graduate in the coming months, to watch them grow into incredible young adults. I'm excited for the adventures that Laura and I have ahead. From running with the Bulls to running for office, the future is full of opportunities. I believe in the Cherry Creek Schools and our community with the whole of my heart. There is no better place. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you, your children, and this great community. Let's continue to move forward together.
Thank you, Dr. Siegfried. We appreciate those moving words, and I love the tradition of putting the spoon underneath the pillow. You know, my son is 17. I put a snow shovel under his pillow. If it snows, get out there and work, son. You got to clean those sidewalks. All right, so as Jill and Brian mentioned, the last year has looked different for everyone, including the foundation. This video will show you how your generosity has really made a difference.
People are at the heart of Cherry Creek Schools Foundation. It's always been that way, but now we have a renewed commitment spreading across our 67 schools, a momentum that is a result of our community becoming more unified during a year when we had to be separated from one another. We as a community have accomplished so much in supporting one another through the COVID pandemic. And going forward, the importance of our schools and our people has never been more clear. Before the pandemic hit, Cherry Creek Schools Foundation made its largest ever donation to the school district. More than $723,000 for classroom tools, teacher grants, and specialized programs, as well as investments in technology, innovation, and college and career preparation. 2020 was going to be our year for even more growth and learning for all students. And then our plans changed. Our learning changed. Everyone's lives changed. The Cherry Creek Schools Foundation responded quickly in partnership with the Cherry Creek School District to create the Cherry Creek Schools Emergency Relief Fund. We worked with schools to discover the greatest needs among students, parents, and staff. Because of you, the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation distributed thousands of books and school supply kits. Thanks to your support and guidance from the school district, The foundation provided hotspots to our students who do not have reliable internet access at home. Your donations to our Emergency Relief Fund also allowed the foundation to help families and school district employees who requested assistance. They received nutritious food, pet food, diapers, and toiletries. And with your contributions, the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation purchased materials that our high school students used to make personal protective equipment for our local hospitals. This show of compassion and support extends across all 108 square miles of the Cherry Creek School District. And we need to keep this synergy alive and strengthen it. We must continue to provide excellent learning tools so that education remains engaging. And we must devote extra attention to those students who are struggling academically as a result of the disrupted learning of 2020. As an inclusive community, we must ensure that every student feels welcomed, respected, and equal. And now is the time to address the mental health needs in our district that have surfaced out of stress, the threats to our livelihoods and our health, racial injustice, and the reality of being distant from one another. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, or the unexpected challenges that may come to light. But by working together, we have hope. As a united team, let's heighten the minds of those in our schools by placing their futures in our hearts. The Cherry Creek Schools Foundation strives to meet the needs of every student, every family, and every teacher and staff member. And with you as our partner, we will move forward together.
Well, you know, Dr. Siegfried, before we say goodnight to you, you're retiring after 28 years.
I am.
When did you make the decision to retire?
Yeah, it's been an ongoing. You know, honestly thought I'd work another year or so, but starting over Thanksgiving break and winter break, my family and I had a lot of conversations, and it just was the right time and the right way to go. So I'm sad to leave, but I'm excited for my future.
Well, we've got some people who want to say farewell to you and say some nice words about you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Siegfried.
Thank you, Dr. Siegfried.
I do want to just say, personally, I am very appreciative of you and your leadership, and I think you just have been so transparent and consistent, and I think that the district has definitely seen that, and we really do appreciate everything that you've given.
Dr. Siegfried has done great work for many, many years. We wish you a fond retirement. Now, as many of you know, we have a performance coming up. Gregory Trico, who is an Eagle Crest alum, he's a cast member for Hamilton. He is going to perform a song from Hamilton later in the show. The song is called Wait For It, so we encourage you to wait for it. It'll be here shortly. Hey, we've reached that time in our program where we can all get involved. As you've learned throughout this evening, supporting the students and teachers in the Cherry Creek School District is not something that one person or one company can do alone. This is a team effort, and we want to invite you all to become part of this team. We're going to ask for your financial support, so we're going to conduct a virtual paddle raiser. We're going to ask for contributions at different levels. We're going to start high, we're going to work our way down, and we hope that each of you will make at least one gift tonight when you hear a level that matches your means and matches your commitment to the students and teachers in the Cherry Creek School District. Now, in 2020, the foundation gave nearly $750,000 to Cherry Creek School District. The foundation focused on relief efforts throughout 2020. But now it's time to move forward together and think about recovery and reimagining our relationships, our focus on equity, and the mental health of our students. The leadership of the district has been working hard to develop summer learning experiences that will re-engage students in unfinished learning, help them adjust to being back together, and have some fun. These programs will be free to any student that wants to attend. Now, the proceeds from tonight's gala will go toward a broad range of recovery efforts for our students, including these summer programs. The Cherry Creek Schools Foundation will commit at least $100,000 to fund these summer learning opportunities, and we hope that you will contribute to help match that investment during the paddle raiser. These summer experiences are an example of the visionary leadership of Dr. Siegfried, and by contributing to them, you can honor his many years of service to the Cherry Creek School District. Now, if we were sitting together in a ballroom, we would ask you to raise your paddles up in the air and make a donation. But tonight, we're asking you to use your phones to make a contribution. If you've already registered, please look for a text message from the number 91049. Click the link and then click the blue paddle raise button. If you haven't registered or you don't see that text, contact Leah at Boulder Events. The phone number is 720-220-1551. And it is my pleasure now to please welcome back the wonderful, the talented, the vivacious Executive Director of the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation, Jill Hendon. Hello there.
Hi, Reggie. You're way too kind.
Oh, not at all. You deserve every word of that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ask for your support right now. And we're going to start off by asking for gifts of $10,000. Now, I know $10,000 is a lot of money, but $10,000 is also a lot of impact. And if you have the ability to give, we're asking you to do that now. And if any of you are sitting at home thinking, well, I would really do it if the Cherry Creek Schools Foundation told me that they really needed my support tonight, then I would do it. Well, consider yourself on notice. They could really use your support. And we want to say thank you to the Becerra Cox family for their gift of $10,000. Thank you. We also want to say thank you to Margie and Joe Adams for their gift of $10,000. Thank you so much. Anyone else who would like to join them, please do so now. And Joe, what would a gift of $10,000 mean for the foundation?
Well, Reggie, I know $10,000 is a lot of money, and thank you so much, Michelle, Lee, Nicole, Andy, Margie, and Joe. We are so grateful for your generous support. But $10,000 could provide almost all the supplies associated with the Summer Stars program. These programs will engage elementary students in literacy, math, and technology curriculum, serve breakfast and lunch, and allow students to check out a book between sessions. It will be offered at many of our schools with the goal of serving 3,000 students.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, we appreciate those gifts. Anyone else want to donate at $10,000, please? The moment to do that is now, and we're going to cut this in half. We're going to ask for gifts of $5,000, and I want to say thank you to Casey and Ed Adams for your gift of $5,000. And what would a gift of $5,000 mean for the foundation?
Reggie, a gift of $5,000 would help to create opportunities for all students, which is part of the foundation's mission. And for us, that means making a larger investment in the equity work in Cherry Creek schools through funding grants, college fairs, free district-wide events, and the Future Educator Pathway program that Dr. Siegfried spoke about. That program will allow us to grow our own more diverse workforce.
That is wonderful work, and we appreciate your gifts. Please keep your gifts coming in. Can we take a quick look at our fundraising total so far? You know, when we opened the fundraiser and invited people to make donations, people started donating a few days ago. And so, you know, you look at we're at $30,000 raised so far. Please keep your donations coming. We need your help tonight to raise the money so the foundation can continue to support these students. And look at that, we're at $43,000 raised now. We need your help to support the students and the teachers of the district. We're going to step down again to $2,500. And what would a gift of $2,500 mean?
So Reggie, we know how difficult this pandemic has been emotionally and socially for all of our students. And we know as a district that we must assess and provide support to them this summer and well into next school year. I don't have a crystal ball, and I know it's not an easy answer to know exactly what that looks like right now, but I know the foundation is committed to support recovery efforts dedicated to the mental health of our students. $2,500 could help an entire school implement or expand an existing or new program.
That is wonderful, and we've got some donations. Karen Fisher, thank you so much for your $10,000 gift. We appreciate you, Karen. Anyone else now, please make your gifts, and we're going to move to the $1,000 level. But before we do that, we want you to watch this video. It's really moving about why we give. Oh, I love that video and the focus on why people give. Everyone has a personal reason for giving, and during that video we got gifts of $1,000 from Rob and Marissa Malarkey. Thank you very much. Eileen Rudder, and Eileen Rudder again made a $2,000 donation. Thank you. Wendy Topolian and Wendy Topolian, also a $2,000 contribution. We appreciate your support. Please keep those gifts coming in. We have Ann Egan, who gave $2,500. Thank you very much, Ann. And we're at $1,000 now. We're asking for your support at the $1,000 level. What would a gift of $1,000 mean?
Well, thank you everyone so much for your generosity. $1,000 can fund an Educator Initiative grant for a classroom teacher. I bet you didn't know that on average, a classroom teacher spends $479 of their own money on supplies. The foundation provides grants so these teachers are not reaching into their own pockets and to foster innovation in the classroom. What starts as an idea in one classroom can expand to a district-wide initiative. We saw this last year with the Seesaw app. Seesaw creates a powerful learning loop between students, teachers, and the families. The foundation funded this a few years ago as a classroom grant, and this year it was implemented across the district to enhance family connections during remote learning. Our goal is to fund at least 100 of these grants next school year.
That is fantastic. These grants are powerful, and I know you've been doing it for years, and they're a great testing ground. A teacher has a great idea, they test it out in their classroom, it expands to more classrooms in their school. Pretty soon it's across the district.
And it's amazing what our teachers can come up with. They are incredible, and we are so excited to get back to it next year.
That's awesome. And they're on the front line, so they know what works and what doesn't. We have some $500 gifts here. Sam Zaitz, Carolyn Stavanger, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Dee and Janice Weiser at $500, Kevin Hogan at $500, and Brian and Lindsay Rooney at $500. Thank you so much for your support. Please keep those gifts coming. Let's take another look at our fundraising total and see how much money we have raised together as a team so far. So far, we are at, thank you, Kelly Kendall. We appreciate your gift. We're at $54,290 raised so far. Please keep those donations coming in. We appreciate your commitment. We appreciate your support. And I want to ask you, what would a gift of $500 mean?
So $500 can actually fund STEM Blazers or Girls Who Code, and both are after-school programs that inspire girls to pursue a career in STEAM. The foundation has funded these programs at our middle schools, and next year we hope to expand. Again, we're thinking about how we recover and how we move forward together.
That's great. Okay, so please keep those gifts coming in. At $1,000, we have David Allen, Lane Feingold at $1,000. Thank you. Kristen Allen at $1,000. We appreciate your gifts. Please keep those gifts coming in. At $500, we have Adela Ramos, thank you very much. $250, Michael Carroll. Edie Marks, hey, Edie Marks, how are you? John Britz, John and Joan Adams. John Adams, one of the founders of our republic. Thank you for your gift. Bonnie Davis, Charles Guilford, Marissa and Robert Malarkey, Sarah Grobel. Marissa and Robert Malarkey, seems like I read their name up here at $1,000 too. Or that, yeah. So that's when you know you're playing the game the right way. In this paddle raiser, making one gift is wonderful. Making two gifts is divine. $250 right now. What would that mean for the district?
So Reggie, $250 can scholarship 5 middle school students for an incredible opportunity to engage in project-based learning, or 1 high school student for a work-based learning and career exploration opportunity this summer. And just a reminder, these scholarships are a great way to honor Dr. Siegfried and his legacy of excellence.
Okay, so these are the summer learning experiences you're talking about. So on your phone in the donation area, you're going to see a group called Pay It Forward. And the summer learning experiences is $50 per middle school student or $250 per high school student.
Yes.
And so we're asking all of you to make a donation of one of those, to add it on to whatever you're already planning to do. If you're making a gift during this paddle raiser, we're asking you to add on a donation for these summer learning experiences, so kids over the summer can do these camps. We know that all kids, or not all kids, but kids tend to lose a little bit over the summer of not being in school, and this helps them retain some of that momentum that they have. We're asking you to add that on to whatever you've already given. Click that button and make that contribution. We appreciate you. I want to say thank you at $500 to Tom and Ashley Balakas, to Sophia Mejorena, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you very much. We appreciate your gifts. Please keep those gifts coming in. Let's take one more look at our fundraising total and see where we are as a team. What have we done? We're creeping up on $60,000 raised. Please, we can get there. Right now, we're moving to the $100 level, and we're asking everybody to tag on $100. Everyone, whatever you did, if you have not yet made a gift, we're asking you to make a gift now of $100. If you have already made a gift tonight, we say thank you for that gift and make one more at $100. How about it? We could get ourselves to $60,000. What does a gift of $100 mean?
So Reggie, I'm sure, like me, you've realized that we all have so much to be grateful for this past year, but I know that's not the case for everyone, and unfortunately I got to see that firsthand this year. So $100 can buy a Visa gift card to help a family in need. Over the last year, the foundation gave out hundreds of gift cards to help families buy food, gas, clothing, and presents for the holidays. So gift cards allow families the dignity of picking out their own food and their own clothes. These gift cards gave us the ability to be responsive immediately to families that needed help. And were especially important for our homeless families. I bet you didn't know that the number of homeless families in our district increased by 346%. Yes, that's 346% during COVID. At the foundation, we know our families will continue to need help. Today, I even found out that one of the families that we helped will be finally moving into their own apartment after months of living in a hotel. With your donations, we will continue to provide hope and be there for our families.
That is wonderful. And Jill, I see your name down here at $500. Thank you for your support of the foundation, in addition to all the work that you do. At $250, we've got some people here to recognize: Sarah Grobel, Gina Higby, Ellen and Ryan Tully. Thank you guys so much. Kimberly Brooke Pengel, Tony Poole, Jean Solis, Chris Colbreth, Peter Crow, Peter Stravenger, I think we saw that name earlier. You're playing the game the right way, Peter. Thank you. Abby Smith gave $300. Thank you, Abby. And at $100, we have Joan and John Adams, twice $200. Thank you for playing the game this way. Arnold Hendon, Kim Reiser, Aaron Green, Renee DuPont again, she gave $200. Michael Giles gave $200. So thank you so much for your generosity and support. One more look at our fundraising total before we move on with our program. We're at almost $63,000. Keep those donations coming. If you keep being generous, we could get to $70,000 before we're all done here tonight. We appreciate your support. Just a reminder, we're about to move into our live auction, and I want to say thank you, Jill. Thank you for all that you do all the time, but thank you for your leadership and support.
Thank you, Reggie. I'm lucky to have such a fabulous team.
That's
and I appreciate
awesome.
you.
Of course, of course. All right, so just a reminder, if you want to bid in the auction, check your phone for a text from the number 61049. We're about to start our live auction. Click on the item you'd like to bid on and place your bid. If you don't have that text, you can contact Leah at Boulder Events. The number is 720-220-1551, and we'll leave that number up on the screen for you in case you need some help, so you'll be able to get it quickly. All right, let's start with item number 1 is an instant wine cellar. Did your wine cellar take a hit this year? We have the perfect solution, a spectacular collection of wines from around the world. This will delight any wine connoisseur. Our instant wine cellar features more than 3 cases of distinct vintners, variety, and outstanding value. This collection comes from renowned winemakers in the world. I'm going to pronounce these wines. I am a former football player. I have limited cultural experience. I don't know how to say these words. The Veuve Clicquot, Prisoner, Erath, Ecoy, August Briggs, Bernardus, Michael David, Provenance, Figli d'Italia, and Miraval, and many more. Total number of bottles is nearly 4 cases. Even for you, that will get you through the next month or so. Hey, we thank many CCSF supporters for donating these items. Please get your bids in right now. Jacqueline Stoles is in the lead at $1,600 on the instant wine cellar. All right, our item number 2, ski in, ski out condo in Copper Mountain's Cinder Village, Westlake Lodge. It's a 1-week stay in a Copper Mountain 2nd floor condo, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, full kitchen, sleeps up to 10 people. Underground parking and cleaning fees are included. The building has an elevator. Hallelujah! Subject to available. This is good for 12 months. Thank you to Jen Hornman for donating this item. We appreciate you. This is the Copper Mountain Getaway right now. Catherine Adams is in the lead at $1,500 on that item. Get your bids in if you'd like to win that one. Item number 3 is Fraser with Friends and Family. A 1-week stay, holidays excluded. This is the Blue Family Ranch. Contains a large cedar home located in Fraser, Colorado. It's on 5 acres, backing up to the Arapahoe National Forest. The house has 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, sleeps up to 12 adults or 16 people, including kids. But why would you include your kids? You've been with your kids for a year. Steady, no breaks. You need an adult vacation. This house is 12 adults. Leave it at that. Has a wood fire burning fireplace, hot tub, 3 decks, a lookout tower because, yeah, and lots of activities to do inside and outside the home. Thank you to the Blue family for donating this item. Right now, the Fraser and Friends trip, Leslie Dalton is in the lead on that one at $3,500. Get your bids in if you want to win that. We're going to item number 4, Wine Down Weekend. Enjoy 2 round-trip American Airline tickets, a 2-night stay at the incredible Lodge at Sonoma Resort and Spa, a $150 credit to Wit Wisdom Gourmet Restaurant, $100 Visa gift card for additional meals and entertainment. The airline tickets can be used for other locations within the continental U.S., but why would you? Go to Wine Country. Thank you to Direct Travel and Sage Hospitality for donating this item. Ann Egan right now is in the lead at $3,000 on this item. Get your bids in. These items will close a little bit later on tonight. Okay, item number 5. This is a special opportunity at the golf club at Ravenna. First of all, Ravenna is an amazing resort-style course. If you're a decent golfer, you're going to go out there and have a good time. You're going to shoot a great round. What's truly special about this opportunity is that you get to play with one of the co-designers of the course. Rick Buckton is a co-designer of many courses all over the country, including the course at Colorado National Golf Club. I spoke to Zach Tardif, who has played with Rick many times, and he said there's nothing quite like playing with the co-designer of the course, because he can tell you exactly where to hit the ball, why that ball will move the way it does, and other interesting things about the course that you would never think to ask. And so you're going to get the opportunity to play the course with Rick Buckton. If you're ever wondering about what the pros are looking at when they crouch down to study a putt, or when they stand back looking down the fairway before driving off the tee, Rick will give you insights and instantly shave strokes off of your score. Now, Zach says that when you play around with Rick, you might post the lowest scoring round of your life, and you're going to have a good job or a good time because he's a great guy. Now, here's the best part. Rick has generously offered to do this once. Then he said he would do it twice. So this is for you're bidding on a threesome. You're going to bring 3, and Rick will be your 4th, and he'll go golf with you. We're going to do this twice, and we're going to sell it at the second place bidder's price. So the top 2 bidders are going to win this. You're both going to pay the second place bidder's price. So the goal in this game, try to be number 1. Make sure you're number 1 so that you can win this item. You'll be paying the second place price. And right now, Jill Hendon is in the lead on this at $1,000. You're going to be golfing like a pro with a pro. Okay, we have one other item here. It's a last-minute addition. That is the opportunity to call the next snow day in the district. And I'm going to ask Dr. Siegfried to come back out here and help me with this. So, Dr. Siegfried, I guess maybe we need a little education. How does the decision to call a snow day happen?
Well, we watch the forecast to see it coming. Like we're watching the forecast right now. It looks like it's going to hit hard Saturday, Sunday, not so much tomorrow. So go get your spoons. Let's get busy. And then we get up at 3 a.m. There's a group of us that gets up, drives around the district, really watches it, talks to other school districts, sees what's happening, how the roads are. And then we make the call and announce it just after 5:30.
Okay, so what you're bidding on in this item, you're bidding on the opportunity for your kid to be the one who announces that school is closed. At what time of day would they be making this announcement?
Well, I'd call around 5 a.m. So mom, dad, somebody's got to be up at 5, ready to take the call with their child. First to know, post it on all their social media, get it out there. It's their snow day.
Okay, so your kid is going to get a call from the superintendent saying, it is a snow day, there is no school today in the district. It is now you get the opportunity to be the first to announce it to the world via social media. What if the kid is too young, doesn't have social media?
Well, mom, dad can do it. They can get it out there, but they can also be the first to go back to bed. Turn the alarm off.
First to go back to bed, but it has to be qualified. If they weren't waiting up for this, they probably would have still been asleep anyway.
But that's not a thing. I mean, really, come on.
You get the idea. Okay, so what you're bidding on is the opportunity for your kid to be the one that calls the snow day. And it'll actually be their decision, right? Like when you call, you'll be on the fence.
Ooh,
you'll be like...
I'd love to give that away, but I think the board might get on me a little bit for that.
Gotcha.
But they're the first to announce it.
Okay, so you can...
And I'll ask their thoughts. I'll get some input from them, absolutely. They can look outside. Mom and dad could even go for a ride with them at 3 a.m. with us.
Oh, now it's punishment.
Is the bid going down now?
I just think my son would be like, what? All right, so get your bids in on bidding to announce a snow day. Thank you, Dr. Siegfried.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, all that you've done. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes our live auction. As a reminder, bidding on the items in the live and the silent auction will close at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Now, if you're a winner on any of these items, you'll receive an email detailing your purchases and instructions on how to pick up your items at the Foundation's office next week. All right, we've got a couple of door prizes to give away, and we got a really cool wheel that we're going to use to do that. Our first prize will be a $100 gift card to Uncle Restaurant, owned by a CCSD alum, Tommy Lee. You're also going to get 2 bottles of wine, so let's give that wheel a spin. Dun, 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 dun. Who do we have? Who do we have? Oh, we've got Andrew Duvall. Andrew Duvall, congratulations. You are going to Uncle. All right. Our second prize is a $100 gift card to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, 2 bottles of wine, and some Instrum's toffee. Let's spin that wheel. Let's find us another winner. Anna Landgraf. Anna Landgraf, congratulations. You are our winner. So everybody, give them a round of applause. Yeah. Yeah, and we know all of you at home, that's not a sincere round of applause. You wanted to win these prizes. You're not genuinely happy for these people. They have stolen what was rightfully yours. But you're polite people, so. Okay, so we've been looking here, now we've reached the part of the program we've been looking forward to all night. Gregory Trico's journey to Broadway started right here in Cherry Creek School District. He went to Eagle Crest High School. What's the mascot at Eagle Crest?
Go Raptors.
The Raptors. Come on now. That was where he discovered his love of theater. He is joining us tonight in studio to give back to the district that gave so much to him. When Broadway returns, Gregory will resume his role as the standby for George Washington and Aaron Burr in the musical Hamilton. He previously starred as Aaron Burr in the Chicago company of Hamilton. I saw it in Hamilton in Chicago. It was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Gregory Trico.
Thank you, Reggie. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Jill. Dr. Siegfried, have a wonderful time. You're cleaning up. I am a proud product of the Cherry Creek School District. Gets a little emotional thinking about that's how I started. I would probably not be here had I not been in this district. I'm so proud of what this foundation is doing for everybody. It's quite remarkable work. So donate if you can. No amount is too small, and certainly none too large. This is Wait For It from Hamilton. Theodosia writes me a letter every day, keeping the bed warm while her husband is away. He's on a British side in Georgia. He's trying to keep the colonies in line. Well, he can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyway. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm by her side when so many have tried, then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. My grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher. But there are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach you. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive when everyone who loves me has died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it. I'm the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable, I am an original. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate, he exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes, and he keeps winning anyway. changes the game, plays and erases the stakes. And if there's a reason he seems to thrive, but so few survive, then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. We rise and we fall, and if there's a reason I'm still alive and so many have died, then I'm willing to wait for it. 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 Wait.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Gregory Trico, Eagle Crest High School. Yes. Oh, wait for it. That is, little known fact, that song was written by Kanye West. Wait for it is the opposite of Amazon's motto. I mean, it's just, thank you so much. That was incredible. All right, next up is Steve Spangler, the science guy. He's a former teacher at Willow Creek Elementary School. He's an alum of Eagle Crest High Schools too. You guys are everywhere. He has entertained audiences all over the country. He's appeared on The Ellen Show. He's an Emmy winner. We are so lucky to have him here tonight. Please welcome Steve Spangler.
Hey, it's Steve Spangler. Welcome to the big gala event. Hey, you might be enjoying tonight's program, the amazing program that the foundation has put together. You're enjoying some coffee, but you're looking around going, I need a spoon. Where is a spoon? And you can't find a spoon. I, as a science teacher, am here to help you. Do not worry. Here's what you do. No need for a spoon when you can run to the garage and make one of these. Now, not right now, but in just you just get a board like this. You put some holes in the board, and then you get some rope. I don't know, borrow it from your neighbor. And then you put the coffee cup right here like this. And now, here's what you do. You're going to use centripetal force. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. You're going to use centripetal force and some critical thinking skills. Dr. Dina Tarleton, when I taught at Willow Creek Elementary, she said this, don't try this at home, try it at a friend's home. That was our way of getting out of problems there. And she also told me that great teachers are made by the teacher next door. That's why I spent 11 years on an AV cart. Do you even know what an AV cart is? There are people right now that don't have a clue what an AV cart is right now. You can go back to TikTok. I'll be back to you in just a second. But I spent 11 years on an AV cart because that's how I was of service to the teachers at Willow Creek Elementary. We had these demonstrations. We had ways to be able to build connections. And I want to talk to you tonight. Here we go. Ho! I want to talk to you tonight about the value of creating experiences. Look, it's because experiences, oh my gosh, change the way we see, feel, think, and react. They're amazing, and they're in every teacher's arsenal. And what you're supporting tonight are educators creating amazing experiences. You know what else Dr. Tarleton taught me? Look at this. She said, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And so here we go. Why wouldn't you want to swing around brightly colored liquids, again, in somebody else's home? So do not worry about this. This is perfect. Some of you have turned this off right now because the kids were watching, and now all of a sudden they realize that the science teacher that was once at Willow Creek Elementary this is the reason why he has caused some problems along the way. Isn't this fun? All right, are you ready? Here we go. You don't need a spoon and a little centripetal force. Oh, this is how, you think I can do it, Higgins? All right, here we go. I know, I can hear the applause right now. Do you understand why we're not in person? You'd have to have a liability policy. There's no question about it. When Jill and the team, and so nice at the foundation, invited me to speak for just a couple minutes, I was so excited just to be able to say thank you. Thank you to the Cherry Creek Schools for helping me get my start, for allowing me to teach at Willow Creek for so many years, allowing me to be able to understand the value of building those amazing connections. When Dr. Tarleton hired me there in 1991, she didn't have a room for me. Like, I didn't start in a classroom. And that stayed that way for 11 years as I put my stuff on an AV cart and moved it from room to room to room, because she taught me how important it was to be of service to others. See, I had things that would connect to the curriculum, and she said that great teachers are made by the teacher next door. So hopefully, with the help of 27 teachers or so, that I'd get a chance to be able to learn what this profession was all about. As you come together tonight, you know what you're supporting? You're supporting people like me, teachers in an amazing district that are understanding the power of these experiences that we create. Because it's through these experiences that children change. Worksheets don't really do that. I've never had anybody come up to me after being in this profession almost 30 years and stop me on the street and go, "Steve Spangler, I was in 4th grade. I'll never forget the worksheet that we did. It changed my life. There was a true false and a matching." And nobody ever says that. But they will say crazy things like, "Do you remember when you stood on the table and then you kicked the eggs and you went to the hospital, but the eggs," yeah, I do remember that, because that's the value of an experience. And one of the greatest things that ever happened to me at Willow Creek Elementary was that you have one of those days. You know, it's just things didn't go right and you forgot to have lunch and didn't even find time to hit the restroom or anything like that. And at the end of the day, a kid wraps his or her arms around you and looks at those eyes and looks right at you and says, "Hey, today was best day ever." And you sit there and you wonder, what was it? Because it wasn't anything. We used glue today, and that was it. That was it. And then you realize that a kid can have 3 best day evers in the same lunch period. But a child rewards a teacher with those 3 amazing words, best day ever, when they connect and they engage through an experience that's meaningful. And that's what that's all about, is creating these experiences. This is what kids want. They want to see a teacher who's lost his or her mind, right? And so that's why I always say that when you invest in professional development, you invest in a human being. You invest in a teacher to become a better communicator. And during COVID, we've all learned the value of this engagement. And I can tell you, this is where I have been. This is the set of our television show DIY Sci on Amazon Prime and on Fox, and Fox affiliates around the country, here in town at Fox 31. And so this is where I've been because my wife kicked me out of my kitchen. She said, "No way, you're going to do this in her kitchen," I should say. And so this is kind of where we've been. And for the last year, I have learned how to engage differently as a teacher. I've learned how to connect differently. When students had been reduced to a square on the screen that's sitting right in front of me, I realized that it was my job to humanize the square. That was it. I had to find a way to be able to take that human being that was in a square and to be able to pull that human being out, to connect and engage with them, to spark them somehow, to make them care, to see whether or not we could champion what they're excited about and support that. And that's what we're about tonight, those 3 things: a spark, to champion the cause, and to financially support that cause. And when I think about those 3 things, I often tell kids, like, fire needs 3 things. Did you think that I was going to do this without fire? Of course not. Fire needs 3 things. What 3 things do you need? You need a spark, you need fuel, and you need oxygen. So look at this. This will be my spark, right? So there's my spark right there. I've got fuel. That's this powder here called lycopodium, and it's a big show, so we're going to do the whole bottle. And, well, we've got oxygen around here, so this seems to be fine. So this is our big finale. Thanks for being here tonight. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And, of course, nothing happens. Isn't that amazing? It happens all the time that people think they're supporting something. They think they've got all the things are together, and they realize that those ingredients, somehow there's a magic to those ingredients that come together. Somehow there's a way that we have to look at them, a perspective, and that's what the foundation does so well, is to be able to look at things in that little different way. Why in the world doesn't this catch on fire? And the answer is because these little particles need to be surrounded by oxygen. So would you look at this? See, there's a meaning for this metaphor right here. All 3 things together again, but I disperse it a little bit differently. So watch this. So now, hello. Is that kind of do you understand why we're not in person? You would have a liability policy. Look at it. Isn't that fantastic? Because the oxygen is around it. And I tell parents all over the country the same thing. We need 3 things for our kids. We have to have a spark. We have to have that thing that's their passion, the reason they hop out of bed, the reason they're excited to do what they do. Then we have to champion that cause. And sometimes it's not a parent who champions the cause. We have other people. We have coaches and we have teachers and we have people in our community that champion the cause, because as parents, sometimes we do something called course correction, and we don't want to do that. We want to champion their cause. For the child who says, I am going to be an artist for the rest of my life, and you go, absolutely you are, and how can I surround you with the people who need to be to help you with that? And that final piece that we need is, well, it's that financial support. It's the support that parents can give. And that's what you're here to do today. Put all three of those things together. Well, that's not just a little spark. That's a bonfire. And that's what you're creating tonight with your support. Hey, thank you so much for helping me understand the value of a best day ever. Thank you so much for supporting me as a young teacher, for allowing me to be able to do this. A huge thanks to the staff at Willow Creek Elementary all those years that put up with my shenanigans. Guess what happens? Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. That's what I was taught. Dr. Charlton put up with me for so many years, and those teachers are like, how in the world does he do that? And so this goes here. And the one thing that I learned in Cherry Creek is make it big, do it right, give it class. When I think of the foundation, that's what you're all about tonight. Make it big, do it right, give it class. Thank you for your support. Forward together. I like that. Turn off the fire alarm. 3, 2, 1. Bam! Have a great night.
Steve Spangler, the science guy. Thank you so much. We appreciate him. And you know, I was taking notes as he was talking. This guy pumps out so many 3-word sayings. He said, spark, fuel, oxygen. He said, humanize the square. Absolutely, you are. Best day ever, champion the cause. All of those things I agree with. Thank you, Steve, for being with us tonight and entertain us. I want to say thank all of you tonight for joining us. And it's not too late. You can still take Steve's advice and give generously to the foundation. Make a contribution to support the recovery and reimagining efforts of the foundation. Let's take one final look at our fundraising total, see where we are here. $67,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not done. Keep those gifts coming in. I'm convinced we can get to $70,000 with a few more gifts. The live auction, let's take a look at our live auction items and see where we stand in the bidding on those. Remember, all of these items will close at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. You can see the countdown clock right there, just over 17 and a half minutes to go. But you can see where the bidding is. $1,700 on the Instant Wine Cellar. Copper Mountain Getaway is at $1,500. Fraser and Friends is at $3,500, $3,000 for the Wind Down Weekend. Golf Like a Pro is at $1,000 or $1,500. And so get your bids in on these items. You can have a great time with these. Thank you again for joining us. Stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy. Pray for a snow day. Get your spoons under your pillows. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great one.